It's time for another installment of Flashpoint. This week, News 6 anchor Erik Von Ancken sits down with investigative reporter Eryka Washington, who talks about one local county's gun show loophole.
Good morning to you. I'm Erik Von Ancken. Last week here on News 6, we showed you how when our investigative team went undercover to buy a gun in one local county, there were no questions asked. Volusia County, along with 6 other counties in Florida, has a gun control ordinance that requires background checks before a purchase. But even with an ordinance in place, we found rules being ignored. And News 6 investigative reporter Eryka Washington is the one who put together this report. So, Eryka, first question, how did this happen? Where was this, and what were the circumstances?
Well, first of all, our team went to DeLand, to the Volusia County Fairgrounds, to see if we could buy the gun. We wanted to test to see, because Volusia does have a gun ordinance, a gun county ordinance, basically where you have to have a background check and a 3-day wait. So our team went in. At first, we were denied. We were told, nope, you have to have the background check. But then we did find someone who was willing to sell us a gun, no questions asked, no background check, no 3-day wait, and we walked out with a gun. To get a better idea of exactly how it went down, I want you to watch our story.
My producers went to the DeLand Gun and Knife Show on Saturday morning to try to buy a handgun. First, a licensed dealer told them they needed to wait 3 days, so they kept looking. Then they found this dealer holding a sign, ready to sell her guns. They handed over the money, $350, and the undercover producer is given the handgun after only a glance at his driver's license. No questions asked. How did this happen? Because it shouldn't have. Volusia County is one of 7 counties in Florida that closed the so-called gun show loophole. That means this Volusia County ordinance says both licensed and unlicensed sellers are required to do a criminal history background check, have a 3-day waiting period to get a gun, and this applies to gun shows, gun exhibits, and collector shows. But no background check or 3-day wait was ever mentioned by the private seller. And we did not see anyone at the show enforcing this county ordinance.
We wanted to hand this to you.
We turned the handgun over to the Volusia County Sheriff's Office, where we revealed what happened.
It's certainly disappointing to see that happen, because the rules are there for a reason.
Is the onus on the seller to know the rules and regulations in Volusia County?
The onus is absolutely on the seller, as well as the people who are organizing these gun shows.
We contacted the organizer of this show, Sports Show Specialist. They sent me a photo of this sign. They say it's posted on the front entrance door, and say dealers even sign an agreement stating they will abide by all county ordinances. So whose job is it to enforce this rule?
The local law enforcement jurisdiction is the one that's responsible for enforcing it. So if the gun show is taking place within the Sheriff's Office jurisdiction, we will enforce it. We do occasional spot checks. We may do walkthroughs.
Still, according to Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America, 40% of guns sold in this country are sold without a background check.
No, it would not surprise me that you would be able to do that. We need to have universal background checks for all gun sales that happen in our state.
John Marr, a licensed gun dealer, disagrees.
We don't need more restrictions on gun ownership. We've got enough already on the books.
But even with an ordinance on the books, we found rules being ignored.
So it was fairly clear that you didn't have to go far to find someone who would sell you a gun without asking for a 3-day wait or a background check.
Absolutely. And the reason, basically, with the unlicensed or licensed, in most cases, unlicensed dealers can sell guns without having to do a background check or a 3-day wait, because it's a private sale. However, in Volusia County, it's a little different. Both unlicensed and licensed are supposed to do the background check and 3-day wait. Now, I can tell you the background checks are done by the FDLE, and they're looking for a buyer's criminal history. So they want to see if there's, if they have any criminal history, that would basically dictate whether or not you're able to sell a gun. And they'll know right there within, minutes on the spot if they pass that background check.
And when the investigative producer ended up purchasing that gun from that seller, was there any conversation? Did the seller make any mention of having to follow any rules?
Not at all. I will say that the seller did look at my producer's license, because you do have to be 21. They did look at the license, but other than eyeballing the license, the sale was done. And again, this is in Volusia County. I want to be clear because I know I'm going to get emails. In Volusia County, this is a county ordinance that's enforced there in Volusia County. And as you mentioned early on, there's 6 other counties. So there's 7 counties in the state of Florida that do have this ordinance basically closing that gun show loophole.
You talked about some of the emails you're getting, some of the feedback. A lot of folks are saying, well, what's the point? So what? When there are counties that don't require this at gun shows, it's the gun show loophole. What is the point? What is the so what here?
You know, it's interesting because depending on who you talk to is going to really dictate how they feel. People are very passionate about this, Eric. So, you know, I went to TD's Discount Guns and I spoke with John Marr there, who owns that gun dealer, and he says, you know what? There's so many rules in the books that are enough rules in the books that are being enforced. It's just too many. Like, he is totally opposed to this. Whereas though you speak to someone else, I spoke to the woman, as you saw in the piece, Cheryl, who is from Moms Demand Action, feels as though background checks, 3-day waits should be standard and should go without question. That should be done. So it's really depending on who you talk to, and what their position is on this. It's, like I said, people are very passionate about this.
Okay, Eryka Washington, one of our investigative reporters here at News 6. Much more on this conversation because there is much more, because this is such a hot topic. And also, what's next? What's happened since your investigation? We'll be right back. Welcome back to Flashpoint this morning. I'm Erik Von Ancken, along with our investigative reporter Eryka Washington, who recently went undercover with our investigative team to look into this ordinance that Volusia County, one of the few in all of Florida that has a special ordinance when it comes to buying guns at gun shows. My first question here is, there is an exemption if you are buying a gun at a Volusia County gun show, depending on if you have a permit, a concealed weapons permit.
Absolutely. So there's an exception. If a buyer has a concealed weapons permit, there's no background check is required or 3-day wait. So if you do have this permit, you don't have to worry about that. So that's with licensed or unlicensed. Again, in Volusia County, licensed or unlicensed are under the same rules. So that's what I want to make sure that people understand. And, you know, this is not a new ordinance. This ordinance has been around, I believe, I want to say since 1998. However, you know, it's a matter of enforcing it. And Volusia County Sheriff's Office, depending on where the gun show is which jurisdiction it falls in, is who has to enforce it. So, for instance, at the fairgrounds, that's the Volusia County Sheriff's jurisdiction, so they would enforce it there. And they tell me that they do spot check-ins. They'll randomly go in, walk around, and make sure that people are enforcing and using and abiding by the rules and law. I want to say this county ordinance, abiding by the county ordinance.
What has come of this since your investigation?
Well, it's interesting. After our investigation, I want to make sure I say this correctly too. The Sheriff's Office says that they will be talking to the county about notification, as well as reminding them about the requirements for the county ordinance. Now, the onus, it's interesting, Eric, because the onus falls on the seller to know the rules of the county when they're selling a gun. The gun show, we spoke to them, the gun show who promote the promoter, and they say that they are 100% tell the sellers that they have to know the ordinance. They actually post a sign, and they actually have to sign an agreement saying that they will abide by the county ordinance, whatever those county ordinances may be in the county that the show is in, that the sellers have to know and know what's going on and make sure that they're abiding by those laws.
2 questions. Has anything happened to this seller that sold our producer a gun, and what would happen typically to someone who does without a background check? Right.
We did not turn in anyone or anything. We did turn in the gun. Typically, if you're selling a gun and not abiding by the county ordinance and violating Volusia County's gun sale ordinance, you could face up to a $500 fine or up to 60 days in jail. So that would be the penalty of violating this ordinance. In this case, no, we did not pursue anything, we didn't do anything with the person who sold us the gun.
And the seller has not contacted you?
No, I don't think they're going to contact us. We turned that gun into the Volusia County Sheriff's Office.
How did you come across this story? A lot of people I've seen in some of the feedback are wondering why, to use their words, pick on Volusia County. How did that happen?
Well, I had just been doing research, and I found that, especially with President Obama's proposed executive order, it's caused a lot of talk, and a lot of people, like I said, are passionate about this. And so I was just doing research, and I didn't realize that there was even this ordinance in place. So in just doing research, I found that Volusia County, as well as 6 other counties, have this ordinance. So we wanted to see if it was enforced, if people actually enforce this ordinance, and is it helpful? And so the reality is that, you know, we found that even though with this ordinance, with this, you know, gun county ordinance, you can still go in and purchase a gun without the 3-day wait or background check.
Some of the other feedback I've been reading from people is that they say it's typically not legal guns sold legally that are used in crimes committed. To their point, does the Volusia County Sheriff's Office see a problem here with this?
You know, the Volusia County Sheriff's Office was very, they believe strongly that this ordinance, the rules are there, they should be abiding by the rules. As far as criminals using guns, I will tell you that I spoke with the owner of the TD's Guns discount store, and he was telling me that criminals don't come in to buy a gun. Criminals get them from the streets. So, you know, they're always, criminals are going to get a gun whether, you know, it's legally or most likely it's going to be illegally on the streets. But, you know, this is why it's such a touchy topic, because, you know, should this be enforced? Is it really going to make a difference? You know, it's really depending on where you stand.
Eryka Washington, thank you again. A very hot topic. We posted an extended interview with a licensed gun dealer on our website. You can find it now by heading to facebook.com/News6. And also, we encourage you to weigh in on this conversation. Get on our News 6 Facebook page. We know a lot of you have a lot of opinions on this. We would like to hear them. We will share them with you. And again, Eryka's story lives on clickorlando.com, powered by News 6. Thanks for joining us this morning.